It's a new day. I'm free from the ties that held me down. I understand and love who I am today. I've taken control of life's steering wheel, and I'm looking where I want to go in life and in my car. This life is a precious gift that I want you to know can change in the blink of an eye. Hello, my name is Cheshire. My heart is mended, my smile is back, and I now have peace with myself. These days, all my shortcomings and quirks make me realize who I am and how strong and confident I have become. Thank God, because in my earlier years, I was only surviving. I wasn't surviving my best life. I struggled through school because I am dyslexic. I couldn't read till I was 15. I drowned myself in tears at night for how stupid I thought I was. I also struggled with my sexuality and accepting myself. I was so very confused, restless, and unstable. I turned to substance abuse to try and fix what I thought was wrong with me. During these years, I was very hard on myself, but thank God I always had love and family behind me, people holding me up. The greatest man I know, my father, Lee, loved his job and worked every day of his life, was always there for me, is now a retired chief with the Calgary Fire Department. He invited me when I was 9 years old to join the Calgary Fire Department clown team. We would go around to hospitals to make sick kids and underprivileged kids feel joy and happiness and guide them in life. My father remarried in 1986, and I happily adjusted to my stepmother and stepsister, who I love very much. My dear mom, Shelley, raised myself and my sister on her own. She worked very hard to provide a loving home and put food on our table. Eventually, she found a wonderful man, Rod, and he brought his extended family. And my bucket in life was so full. At the age of 14, I started my first business, which developed into a production company called Aaronhead Productions. I would produce, I worked with comedians, performers, and singers, eventually running a comedy club called the Red Room Studio. I was not prepared to lose the magic in my life. Yet, as fate or destiny, or just plain shitty luck would have it, on June 1st, 2005, my life changed forever. The day I don't remember, I'll never forget. I was at my house working on an art project for a new boyfriend when I realized that I had run out of white glue. I ran upstairs to my landlady to ask her if she had any. She said no. So I jumped in my car and made my way to the store to get some more. As I hopped in my car and backed out of my driveway, I drove up to the front four-way stop that was right by my house. I stopped, there was nobody there, So I persisted. I continued through the intersection. At the same moment, a woman driving towards me dropped her cigarette that she was smoking, bent down to pick that cigarette up, and in that moment, she turned her vehicle into a weapon. I turned my head just in time to see the front end of her Ford truck coming straight at me. I had no time to react. On the course of collision, I swallowed my top 3 teeth on impact. I had a tracheotomy where they cut a hole in my throat to help me breathe. Both my lungs were punctured. My pelvis was broken, along with my left femur. I had broken countless bones in my face, which had to be replaced with metal plates. I suffered severe brain damage to my cerebellum, which is the center of your brain, the responsibility of your memory and so much of your motor functions in your body. I was 25 years old, but I was so broken. I had sustained brain damage to my cerebellum, which has affected various aspects of my life. I spent the night in surgery, but for 2 months I did not wake up. I was in a coma, and my family was given very little hope for any kind of recovery. The outcome was grim. If I didn't die from my injuries that I sustained, they had no way of knowing what kind of state I would be in if I ever did wake up. My family, friends, even teachers never gave up on me. I believe that love brought me back to life. They took turns staying with me. I was never alone. The doctors encouraged my support team to tell me stories, play music, do anything to encourage me back to them. Late in the summer, my worried and exhausted mom decided to play a favorite artist of mine, Celine Dion. It's okay, I know. The day that song played, I slowly opened my eyes and looked at the familiar face that was looking at me. I said, "Hi, Mom. I love you." That new day was the beginning of 6 months of some intensive rehabilitation and recovery. Eventually, the tracheotomy came out of my throat and I learned to breathe on my own. I learned how to walk again on my own. I learned how to eat and feed myself. My bones began to heal. My face began to heal. The clouds and confusion that encompassed my day-to-day life began to lessen. Still living at the hospital, and a few months into rehab, I was well enough for a visit to my parents' house. They wanted me to see the room they had ready for me when I was well enough to leave the hospital. As they wheeled me into my bedroom, and on the wall, an autographed picture from Celine Dion. I couldn't believe it. I asked my dad, where did you get that? He said, you don't remember meeting Celine Dion? A huge moment in my life, and I had no memory of it at all. About a year after my accident, I was recovering. My father nominated me for Canada's Worst Driver. One of the greatest lessons they taught me was to always look where you want to go. Even with the brain injury, brain damage, I could fit, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Brain. Keep your head up, keep your eyes open, stay focused, be present. We're all behind the wheel in life. The past is behind you. The present is only a second long, and the future is where you're going to be. What a dream it was to be on TV. I learned from my time with them, I wasn't even Canada's worst driver. The show gave me a new confidence in life. My ashes began to rise. I began to feel happy. So I came out of the horrible lows that I was, and what got me through it was my smile and my love. So I've always dreamed of giving away love like Oprah gives away cars. So everybody, look under your chair. You get love, you get love.